This is, I think, the perfect segue,
Yeah.
obviously. So let me kind of set this up, right? So I think it's 19 at this point.
Yeah.
I'm in management, for Box Union, my former company, right? And and they basically tell me we have this coach who wants to, come try to, wants to come to become a coach. And my job at that point was to basically check for boxing, make sure they can do their thing, and make sure they were good to go, right? Pass to the other side before they hit the training program. So Lo comes in, I meet her. Actually, the first time I met you, you took a class of mine,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yep, I took your
So you
class.
took a class of mine, and then we ended up doing some private training sessions, that whole nine. And I'll let her dive a little bit more into the details of this, but let's just say she busts her ass coming to these private training sessions, which she's not getting paid for.
No.
So she's doing that on her dollar. Of course, I'm teaching her. She's an amazing student. Goes all the way through this training program that we have, finally makes it in, is the only girl in the training program.
Yes.
With these two savage gentlemen who we're still connected to today and still have chats with, great dudes. But she's the only woman. So, the training program, I'll let her dive a little bit into that and what that consisted of at the time. But anyways, as soon as she gets accepted, like the week you get accepted as you're a coach now on the roster, we shut down
Yes.
for the pandemic. Right. And then we end up doing all this training and stuff. So I don't want to, overstate it for you, but talk to me a little bit about that time, because it was such a unique period. Again, I got to just first meet you and start to learn kind of your work ethic, but talk me through that time. What was going through your mind? I think what I really want to understand is why you pursued it so hard and what was kind of the goal for you, and how did you kind of maneuver through that time period as we went? So yeah, talk me through it.
Yeah. So such a good question. It was actually really cool that we're talking, because the main reason why I was gun ho on working here was a lot you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Because interestingly enough, so I had left Lit. I was working for also a dance agency for a second, and I was looking for another place to teach. I had tried Box Union once, I think the year before, and I was like,
Right.
I wasn't super into it.
Right.
And then I decided to give it another look. I had looked at Crew Box, and then I was like, let me go check out Box Union again, right? So I went, took your class, and at the end, those of you who have never taken Justin Goldmine's class, he does these incredible speeches and stories, and I was like, this is everything I want to do.
Right.
The class was dope, of course. Music's dope. We love it.
That's right.
Right? The class was dope. It was the end. It was the fact that, also in looking at you, if I were to saw you on the street, I wouldn't be like, oh, he probably teaches group fitness.
Right.
That's number one.
Yeah.
I would believe you taught boxing, but I
Right.
would not believe you taught boxing like that.
Right.
So it was interesting to me that you did.
Yeah.
I was like, that's one. Then when we got to the end, I was like, oh, you can actually help people here.
Right.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So that's kind of why I was like, you guys need to hire me. I need to do this, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And that's why I busted so hard. I also thought I was so good at boxing at that time. I look at old videos and I was like, not that I didn't have something there, but it wasn't as
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I still look at videos from 2 years ago and I'm like,
I was like, whoa.
we got work to do.
What were you? Anyways. So yeah, to what you said, we went through the training program. I was actually with three guys.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was
Three
Matt.
guys. Yeah, Matt.
That's right. Okay.
C. Marty and Steph.
Yeah.
All three incredible athletes.
Incredible athletes, like a runner, former D1 basketball player.
One
right?
former Jets player. I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
And they don't do this anymore. But the first week at Box Union was a physical week. We had to run the Santa Monica stairs. I was not actually in shape at all.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day was a workout of some sort.